from The Rawsome Truth. Today I want to talk to you about protein powders. I was abused today online because I said that I am anti-protein powders, and I was told that I'm closed-minded. I actually had to have a giggle at that, being told I was closed-minded because I'm anti-protein powders. We live in a world, especially in the Western world at the moment, where the whole world has gone protein mad. Like you can't walk down a shopping aisle without every single thing at the moment saying added protein, extra protein. I'm surprised they're not putting it in the fruit aisle. There's protein here just to sell it. They'll put it in water shortly. Don't worry about it. So, why am I anti-protein? I'm not anti-protein. Why am I anti-protein powders? Now, first of all, I just want to say, to date, nobody has ever died of protein deficiency. So, in saying that, why would I personally need to take protein powder? And why would anybody else for that matter? So if and people seem to think as a vegan, and especially if you're on a raw vegan diet, that you won't get enough protein. You can see I'm shriveling up and dying. No, I'm not. So why am I so anti them? Well, for a start, I follow 80-10-10, which is a program put together by Dr. Douglas Graham. You can purchase the book. It's a fantastic book, and I've learned so much from it. So why am I, in there, he is very against protein powders. He believes that there's no reason we can't get everything that we need from fruits and tender greens, which is how I've been living my life. And I've been thriving on it. And it's funny because years ago, and I've been a weight loss and health coach for nearly 7 years now, and I used to be a huge promoter of protein, and I wasn't a vegan back then. And even when I became vegan at first, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to get my protein? I was buying the Sun Warrior protein powders and everything else. And I honestly felt yuck all the time when I had them, but I thought, you know what, you need the protein powders. I was brainwashed into believing you needed these protein powders. So I opened my mind instead of having a closed mind, and I decided to start, searching. So, I started on 80-10-10, and I'm thriving. Now, I eat about half a kilo to a kilo of greens a day, which is 1 to 2 pounds. And I also eat about 2,000 to 2,300 calories. Let's just say I don't count calories every day. I rarely count them at all. The only times I do count them is if I'm sort of looking at how much I've eaten, just to prove a point to, somebody to say, hey, this is what I'm eating, this is the nutrients I'm getting, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going without anything. So I eat approximately that much of fruit. Now, in that, I get between 40 and 50 grams of protein per day. Now, the Australian Dietary Association recommends for women to have between 40 and 60 grams of protein. So if I'm getting between 40 and 50 grams just through leaves and fruit, why would I then need to add in protein powders? Now, let's even go a little step further from that. If we look at babies, when they're first born, they're on mother's milk. That has 6% protein in it. So if a baby can get from birth to 12 months of age just on their mother's milk with 6% protein and get absolutely everything that they need from it, why, as a fully grown human, do I need abundant amounts of protein? Dr. Douglas Graham recommends no more than 10%, and I agree with him. There's also a great book by Dr. Garth Davis called Proteinaholic. It's a brilliant read, and if you think you are addicted to protein, read it. So let's look at a funny scenario. Let's just say I was back 4,000 or 5,000 years ago, and we're sitting around in a beautiful garden and we're eating all the beautiful fruits. And you've got to remember they would have been ultra beautiful then, because we wouldn't have had all the pesticides and all the pollution and everything else that we have in this horrible world today. And we're sitting around eating fruit and we're thinking, you know what? Something's just missing. What is missing? And somebody says, I've got it. Oh, wait there. And they dry out this rice and they dry out these peas. I don't know, they somehow do it over the fire so it dries out. Then they grind it down and they say, here, have this. Have this. I think we'll call it protein powder. Everyone's just, oh, I needed that. No, that didn't happen. Everyone was thriving. Look at a chimpanzee. A chimpanzee is thriving. An orangutan is thriving. We can thrive. We do not need protein powders in our diet. So that is probably why I'm against them. I'm also against them because I just think it's a ridiculous waste of money as well. They've been so highly promoted by the sport, by the gyms. You know, the bro code, get that protein into you. They've been so overly promoted, and it's not necessary. People think, oh, but you're going to get bigger muscles. No, you get bigger muscles by working your guts out at the gym. You work hard, you'll get the muscle. Make sure you're eating sufficient amounts of food. And when I say food, I'm talking fruits and vegetables. That is food. Other thing is, if you are adding extra protein into your diet through a protein powder, your body won't be able to heal itself properly. If you want to truly heal on this lifestyle, keep the protein powders out, because your body will be fighting to get that out of your system rather than, you know, cleansing itself as it can on fruits and vegetables. So I don't believe you need added protein powders into your diet, especially, you know what, follow a raw diet. You're going to get all your amino acids from your fruits and your vegetables. Your body will take absolutely everything that it needs. So I'm going to finish this off by saying I'm extremely open-minded, and you know what? Throw the protein powders down the sink and get some fruits and vegetables into you. All right, I'm Jade. This is the Rawsome Truth. If you're interested in my forum, join it. It's called Raw Vegan Fruitarians for Life, and get your fruit on. Bye for now.